And our first main topic today gets submitted to us by Michael Wolf, who writes, thanks to this show talking about it, I became one of the many people who became obsessed with Squid Game. Well, according to Variety News, it just came out that Squid Game will be coming back for season 2, according to the writer. I know it's popular and all, but there goes the idea of it being a limited series. What are your thoughts on this, and are you excited to see the show return for a second season? Thanks, and keep bringing the filthy. All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, Michael. And yeah, look, Squid Game, every once in a while, I don't know what happened there, I just lost my camera. Every once in a while, a show will come out or a movie will come out, something like that, that will absolutely capture the imaginations of everybody. Like whether there's something visceral about it, whether it's a super grand epic scope idea, whether it's some kind of trendy thing, or for whatever reason, once in a while, a movie or a TV show or a special or something comes out that just becomes like must-watch TV. Everybody's got to see it. Squid Game was not one of those series that I actually had any interest in watching. Like I saw one quick preview for it, which in and of itself is interesting because normally Netflix does a very bad job of promoting their original material. And the whole notion of it just seemed kind of done 1,000 times, whatever. So I instantly ignored it, paid no attention to it whatsoever. And then all of a sudden I started getting emails from tons of people saying, oh my goodness, you've got to check out this Squid Game. And so one night, Ann and I were hanging out. It was getting a little bit late. I mean, not late, but it was like 9 o'clock at night. We weren't going to do anything else for the evening. So we said, you want to watch like the first episode of the Squid Game thing? Sure, why not? So we pop on Squid Game and we watch the entire season, I think either in 2 or 3 days. In 2 or 3 days, we got through the entire season. It's great. Now, is it the greatest work of fiction we've ever seen on screen? No, but it was totally magnetizing. I mean, your eyes were glued to the screen like magnets. A combination of the figuring things out, trying to cheer for our heroes. Also on top of all that, the visceralness, the violence, how are they going to do these kills? It's not exactly completely original. Like Squid Game is an amalgamation of a number of other properties kind of put into one. But it's not about the ingredients that go into it. It's what's the final package like? And the final package was great. And on top of being great, it also just happened to become the #1 show they ever watched. I believe it was 17 days. Yeah, this comes to us from the folks over at The Hollywood Reporter, who writes, according to Netflix, this is really interesting. It took only 17 days after its September 17th debut and 111 million global fans for the 9-episode series Squid Game to become the streamer's biggest series ever and the first series to surpass 100 million views. Now, you've got to remember and keep in mind, this is the same Netflix that has The Crown, which is like a global phenomenon. This is the same Netflix that has Stranger Things, which became a global phenomenon. This is the same Netflix that had Daredevil and Punisher and Jessica Jones. And this became the biggest show in their history. Now, of course, when we're talking about movies, when a movie has that kind of success, it becomes a no duh, they're going to be a sequel. Well, no duh, they're going to do another season of Squid Game. This comes to us from the folks over at The Hollywood Reporter, who writes, when asked about a possible second season, creator Dong-hyuk said, I do have a basic story for season 2. It's all in my head, and I am currently in the brainstorming stage, the writer-director told The Hollywood Reporter through a translator. It will happen someday, but as for when, I cannot tell you the details. And again, that comes to us from the folks over at The Hollywood Reporter. So look, on one hand, you can say, no duh. Like, of course you're going to do a sequel. Of course you're going to do a second season. But it's not as no duh as you might think, because remember, Netflix doesn't really care about things that are popular. Netflix, and there's nothing wrong with this, Netflix cares about what adds subscribers. That's all they care about. If they hit season 3 of one of their shows and it's hugely popular, but it's not adding new subscribers anymore because everybody who's interested in the show has already subscribed. It can be their number 2, number 3, number 4 biggest, most popular thing on the platform. They'll cancel it because they don't care if a lot of people watch it. They care if a lot of people sign up for it. And with the global phenomena of Squid Game, you know there's going to be a lot of people talking about it that may not be Netflix subscribers yet. So you put it out to season 2, it could generate a whole hell of a lot more subscribers. So it looks kind of obvious on one hand, but not necessarily all that no duh on the other. Anyway, the question is for you guys. What do you think about them doing another season of Squid Game? Personally, I think there's a lot of territory for them to cover. If you watch Squid Game and you saw the ending scene and all that kind of stuff, you know there's still a lot of potential there for great storytelling. I just hope they don't do a reboot of season 1. You know what I mean? Like if you do a second season, take us in new directions. Don't just do a repeat of season 1. We'll see. Question is though, how do you guys feel about this? Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.